Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us for our Balanced Life, Happy Life for Tuesday, July 23rd. We meet each week as a way to help connect people with an amazing company known as Nikken and help people understand its business opportunity, its fantastic products, the global wellness community that it's developed, and the philosophy that really allows people to become their very best selves. My name is Jeff Isom. I'm the Director of Sales and Training for Nikken North America, and we have an amazing individual with us tonight. His background is actually aerospace engineering. That's what he was educated in. But Mike DiMuccio has become a master of a variety of areas throughout his life, not just aerospace engineering, but entrepreneurship, motivation, self-development, and this incredible business known as network marketing that allows people to leverage themselves in so many ways. So if you're looking for more of something in your life, whether it's more abundance, more freedom in terms of your time in your life, more connections with other people, a better sense of health and wellness, whatever it might be, whatever abundance you're looking for. Mike is a master of those areas, and he's going to help us get connected to some of those areas tonight. So, Mike, we're happy to have you with us.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for the invite to present tonight. And I see on our screen, we've got a couple of heavyweights as far as industry leaders in network marketing on the line. So I'm going to ask you guys to stick around because I want to hear from these guys at the very end. So we'll get to them. Anyway, it's always a pleasure for me to present Nikken, to present my story. The slides that I'm going to share with you tonight are really just touch points that I like to talk about when I present Nikken, primarily as an opportunity, but from sort of a 50,000-foot view. There's lots here to discover. A rich, very rich product line. Any one product you could build a $1 billion company with. So you might want to do some due diligence on the products with the people who invited you here, but we will touch on them all. As I said, this presentation is really just a way to give you a 50,000-foot overview of what makes Nikken special and unique in the marketplace. If you would have told me, I've been with Nikken 33 and a half years this month, or yeah, I guess it is this month, 33 and a half years. If you would have told me 33 and a half years ago that I would make a career of this, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy. Certainly not what I was looking for. Certainly it wasn't what I expected. I just thought I found a better way to get out of the rat race, a better way to get out of what it was that I was doing, which at the time was being an electrician. I was working 14 to 16-hour days, 6 days a week, very, very physical work, even though it wasn't what I was trained in. I was a background in aerospace engineering. But when I graduated university, I went from that to, guess what? Music. I was writing and producing and recording original music under contract. I thought that's where I was going to make my mark on the world. But I guess there were other ideas in store for me. So when I came across Nikken, it really did come at an interesting time. It was at a time in my life where I had undergone a physical injury through a car accident, resulting in me pretty much not being able to do most anything because the physical strain on my lower back would cause me to not be able to do things like walk, sit, sleep for any extended periods of time. And I was undergoing every form of treatment there was, physio, chiro, massage therapy. Every other day I was in somebody's office. But someone thought enough of me to call me, and I guess he thought he might experiment with me to see if these products were for real for his own investigation. It turns out that within about 15 minutes of using just one item on my lower back, I did not feel what I had been feeling for a year and a half all along. It just disappeared. So with that and my sense about how potentially this could change lives, I decided to do a little bit more homework. Brought it home, experienced an incredible reaction from my father. Within 48 hours, he went from limping around the house in complete agony to telling everybody at work about it, that this thing brought him back to normal and he had no more limp discomfort. He was just like a normal person again, with the simple idea that he just placed over the area of discomfort. And so I knew I had a tiger by the tail. I just didn't know what to do with it because I wasn't an entrepreneur. So when I first approached this, I did probably the smartest thing anybody could have done. I got help. And that help translated into a business that has sustained me and my family, more than sustained us. It's given us an abundant life and lifestyle over the last 33 and a half years, which is parallel, akin to what maybe I would have experienced had I actually pursued my career in music. The reason I love to start my presentation with this slide of this lovely lady singing is because it really sort of says it all. When you watch somebody sing, and it's an incredible fascination that we flock in thousands in droves to watch these people perform on stage. And I always was curious about that. What is it about this thing that they're doing? Of all the things in the world that somebody can do, we're so fascinated by, we're so entranced by. And I think it's because in that hour or two that we get to be participating in that show, we get to live vicariously through their experience, their expression, which is full expression. They're living life to the max. They are wearing it on their sleeve when they're out there on stage performing. And boy, that's a life of freedom. Wouldn't anybody want to be able to be that way? So free that you can say and feel and do what you want to do. Of course, that is not life for most people, but it was what I was really seeking. And I had not found too many people who live that way except people in the profession of entertainment. So that was sort of the direction I was heading in because I did want freedom. That was my highest priority. It is my highest priority. And yet, when we consider what it really looks like for most people, it isn't that at all. It's quite the opposite. Most people are living a life of stress, and they're weighed down by stress any number of ways, from financial issues, health concerns, just the constraints on their freedom and their flexibility due to work responsibilities, family responsibilities, you name it. And you find most people in and around your life are under a great deal of stress. And of course, stress is the number one killer, and all stress is equal. Well, when I discovered Nikken and they started talking about this humans being more concept and the idea that you could live a more abundant life, they actually made some sense as they started to help us understand what do they mean by that. Well, if you think of your life as an expression, your body is an expression of your physical health, your mind is an expression of your mental health, your family is an expression of your relationships, your more intimate relationships, society as an expression of your ability to contribute and make an impact, make a difference. And of course, finances is an expression of what that impact is in society. It's reciprocity to you financially. Then when you look at how people are living, it doesn't look really very balanced for most people. It's kind of like the tire on a car. If you have a nail somewhere in that tire is going to go flat. It really doesn't matter where the nail is. And for a lot of people, it's not just one area that's an area of concern. Most people have multiple concerns when it comes to their well-being. So I'd like to do this little exercise if I can, using chat on this screen here on the Zoom screen. Find that chat message, and I'd like you to consider this question. Of these 5 areas, body, mind, family, society, finances, of these 5 areas of concern, if there was a way to improve any 2 areas significantly, I mean significantly improve those 2 areas in the next 12 to 24 months, which 2 areas would they be? And I want you to write in the chat your number 1 choice. What's your top choice for what you would like to improve significantly in the next 12 to 24 months? And I'm just going to check out this chat. I've got money and society, body and finances. Okay, money, healthy finances, finances, health, body, family finances, finances, body finances. Notice the number 1 choice: finances, family, body, family. So what I'm seeing here is an abundance of finances being probably the primary choice. Again, finances, yeah, and society. So it's suffice to say that, and by the way, this is not unusual. Usually when I do this exercise, the top 3 areas are finances, body, and family. So essentially, when we're talking about improving life or quality of life, we're talking about improving the quality of health in our physical being, our financial well-being, and And when we talk about family, I find that that usually translates into time. People are looking to have more time with the people that they love. What I've discovered is that there's four types of people. There's some people who have no time and no money. There's some people who have lots of time and no money. There's some people who have lots of money and no time, but there are very, very few people who have both time and money. And if that's something that is of interest to you, that was absolutely the reason why I got involved with Nikken, because I saw it as a way to be able to get out of the rat race, which was to be able to have both the time and the money freedom to pursue the things that I really wanted to pursue. What I didn't know about this was that I would fall in love with this wholeheartedly. And here I am, 33 and a half years later, still as passionate about this and excited about sharing what Nikken is really all about. So if you're looking to improve finances, you came to the right place. If you're looking to improve a healthy body, again, those are the two areas actually we're going to focus most on tonight over this presentation. So let's carry on then. You know, big changes can happen over a period of time, but it doesn't require a big change. This is what we call the eighth wonder of the world, according to Einstein, the compound effect. The idea here is really simple. If you can modify your choices by a very small amount, but you do that over a consistent period of time, the change can be radical. For instance, an improved quality of sleep. If it was just every night you had 10 or 20% better, deeper, more restorative sleep where your body's doing the regenerating, then the chances of you actually waking up fresh and ready to go and to take on the world and to be very present and available for that task of living, then that will improve dramatically over a period of time. We could be talking about money. We can be talking about relationships, success, happiness. The idea is simple. It's just a small shift in our choices, our behavior, our habits that lead to a big shift. And we're talking within a matter of months. I know this myself personally, having gone from zero to hero financially in my first 27 months with Nikken. I was earning a wage when I started. I was earning an annual salary by the time I finished those 27 months. So it's quite a dramatic shift that can happen, but it was just a small shift in behavior during the course of that time. Now let's look at what these small shifts can mean over a period of time. Here's an incredible comparison. When we look at the way the West, primarily Canada, USA, treat health or consider health or an approach to health versus Japan and their approach to health, the statistics reveal a truth that is incredibly sobering. On the left-hand side, we have Canada ranked at number 34, USA number 68 in the world, according to the Health Index. Who's number one? Japan. Longevity, USA number 40, Japan number one. In fact, they outlive us by an average of about 8 years. If you look at the cost of how much money are they investing in this thing we call health? Well, in North America, it's 3 times more than what they do in Japan. In other words, they invest one-third what we do and produce considerably better results in every area than we do. You would say that their way of investing in well-being is much better than ours. Certainly the statistics tell us that. And if we look at obesity, they're 10% of the obesity rate that we are. And what is the difference? What exactly is the difference? We're talking about health here. What's the difference in the Western Hemisphere approach versus the Eastern approach? And the answer is at the bottom. The West treats health by looking at it as a sickness industry, a sick care industry. We call it healthcare, but isn't? Or is it really sick care? Whereas in Japan, there's no sickness involved at all. They're talking about self-care, which is simply being responsible and caring for oneself and one's health on a regular basis. You don't wait till you get sick. And there are areas that they've discovered that we can actually mitigate or prevent illness if we really look at some of these areas that put a burden on our health, the health risk factors. We mentioned stress already, but sleep, big one. It can affect your body immediately, drops your immune system by 60% overnight if you don't get a good night's sleep. Wow, considering all the things that are out there that could affect you physically, Sleep is a big one where your immune system is concerned. Air quality, again, a huge one. 7 million premature deaths annually just from air pollution. Wow. And they say that our air quality in our house is up to 10 times worse than the air quality outside because we trap everything inside. Water quality, huge factor, thousands and thousands of chemicals that are affecting our body's systems. This new one called electrosmog, which, I mean, you can't hide from this unless you, even if you live under a rock, it gets you everywhere. So is there things that we can do to mitigate this? And then there's malnutrition, which is the primary cause of obesity. So proper nutrition would be a tremendous asset if we had simple, easy solutions for this. And of course, that's really what Nikken does, is it brings solutions in these areas. So what is the answer at the end of the day? It's basically, we suggest everybody choose active wellness. Choose to be healthy. Be healthy by choice, not by chance. And in that same vein, you could be healthy or you could be wealthy by choice and not by chance. That's also a consideration here tonight. What I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce you to Nikken and the 5 pillars of health through their own viewpoint. This is a company that was founded in 1975. I don't know if you were even on the planet in 1975 or what you were doing, but this is a company that had been researching and continues to research what health and well-being looks like, not what illness or poverty looks like, but what health and well-being and prosperity looks like. And this is what they have brought us, a concept that is timeless.
Do you ever have days where everything in your life feels in balance? When your mind is clear and your body feels in tune with nature? When everyone in your family is healthy and happy? When you belong to and support a warm, loving community? When you have a stable income and no debt? Mind, body, family, society, finances. Nikken calls these 5 areas of our lives the 5 pillars of wellness. We help you cultivate balance in all 5 areas of life with the tools that build your wellness home. Because to breathe is to live, we focus on clean air. Because water is life, we focus on pure water. Because healthy food nourishes strong bodies, we focus on nutrient-dense organic ingredients. Because everyone needs restful sleep and energy to feel joyful, we focus on rest, relaxation, and magnetic support. And to keep you as youthful looking as you feel, we focus on naturally sourced marine organic skincare. Our vision is to share the 5 pillars of wellness with everyone. And we want to spread the word throughout the world. Because once you achieve a balanced lifestyle, wouldn't you want to help everyone you know to achieve the same wonderful life of active wellness? That's what we offer everyone who is part of our global wellness community. Join Nikken to build your wellness home and live a life in balance. Discover it, live it, share it.
I love watching this video. I mean, it's so telling. They said something and it reminded me of a show, I think, on Netflix that focuses on areas in the world called blue zones. They've discovered that there are pockets, very specific areas in the world. I think they cover 7 of them. One of them is in Japan, where people live to over 100 in abundant numbers. Very, very high concentration of people called centenarians who live over 100. And one of the key factors in every one of them, the blue zones, there are certain things that are common to all, is community, to belong to a loving community. I mean, that is something I think people are missing desperately these days, is the connection. There's such divisiveness out there in the world. And what can we center around? What can we actually gather around that makes sense for everybody, that is not dividing of us? It's the common good of being well and having a well-balanced life and family. So Nikken brings us together in a global community, and this is something we're going to share a little bit more about later. So what exactly is active wellness? What is the Nikken Wellness Home? Well, simply put, it's a concept called biomimicry. It's the idea of actually studying nature and then figuring out what is it about nature that is giving us life, that's allowing life to be abundant and thriving on planet Earth. Obviously, we know that as we interfere with that, we're interfering with nature and abundance. but what is it about nature? And bring that into our homes, incorporate nature back into life through our technology, replicating nature. That is what the Nikken Wellness Home does. And again, we have a great
In a
video to
world
explain it.
constantly evolving, we've found inspiration in nature's timeless solutions, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered, readily available outside our doors. This is biomimicry, the art of learning from and emulating nature's brilliance, solving our problems and creating sustainable solutions. Nature is our guide, offering forms more efficient than we ever imagined, processes ahead of cutting-edge technologies and systems refined over billions of years. The human body is a highly sophisticated biological system that has evolved to be efficient, adaptive, and resilient. Incorporating principles of biomimicry for human body functions not only leverages the efficiency and adaptability of natural systems, but also aligns with the broader goals of sustainability and environmental harmony. In a natural environment, the spring water is filtered, purified, and filled with minerals that are essential for maintaining optimal functions in our body. The emulation of these natural compositions generates an exceptional source of the ideal water that every cell in our body needs for smart hydration. The Earth's magnetic field influences organisms in many ways: navigation, finding their way, or even for communication. By using magnetic and massage stimulation, we are seeking to influence the body's natural responses to restore balance and support in our increasing stressful world. Air abundant in negative ions can be experienced as a fresh air feeling, such as the revitalizing air near waterfalls and forests. Ionization technologies enhance indoor air quality and overall wellness, bringing pure air to our home. Ceramic reflective fibers work like the sun's spectrum, bringing this comforting technology to our homes. Using energy from our bodies and the environment, these fibers gently reflect a soothing warmth, promoting a sense of well-being for less stress, restful sleep, and vital energy. Our overall approach aims to bring balance in the 5 pillars of wellness by bringing nature into your home. Together, we can make a better world where we not only survive, but thrive. And you? How do you connect with nature?
Well, for most people, they connect with nature maybe once a year on a 1 or 2 week vacation. That's really unfortunate, when in fact, we're supposed to be connected to nature every day, all the time. So imagine you had the means to do that. You know, one of the things that we want to express to you tonight is how these products make us feel. Our active wellness is really a way of creating an environment that allows our body to do what our body is meant to do. Think of a greenhouse for human beings, how a greenhouse allows plants to thrive because the climate conditions are perfect. Same thing. We're bringing nature back into our homes using technology to create the ideal climate, both inside of our body and around us, in order to provide our body the means to be able to take care of itself and heal itself. So, and the categories that we deal with are air, water, sleep, nutrition, and natural energies. We call these the 5 vital elements. And I hope you agree with us. This is absolutely essential. We're not talking about luxuries. We're not talking about, lotions and potions that, some mysterious thing from the Amazon. We're talking about common sense. Everybody breathes. Question is the quality of air you're breathing. Everyone drinks. The question is the quality of the water, the hydration you're getting. Everyone goes to sleep, but do you actually get quality sleep? And of course, everybody eats, but are you nourishing your body in the ideal way? And natural energies, we're so surrounded by unnatural energies. What's your connection to natural energy? Super, super important questions. And Nikken has great solutions. Now, we have a couple of people who are going to share their product experience. And this is, Nikken has no shortage of this. One of the things that impressed me the most when I was first introduced to Nikken were the stories. And then when I started hearing them for myself firsthand, that's when I knew, including my own, including my father's, that's when I knew this was for real. The stories are quite impressive. They are very diverse. And the reason why they are is because products work on the body and the body does what it needs to do to take care of the issues that it has. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to call on our first presenter or first speaker, Marissa Battaglini. Marissa and I go back way, way back. She lives on the street that I grew up on, where my father's home was, that I introduced when I was first introduced to Nikken, and that night that I shared these products with my dad. On that, she's still on that street, and she recently decided, after I guess long exposure to me and my family, the success that she's witnessed, to start embracing this for herself and her family. So Marissa, tell us about what your background is and what your product experience is, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great night. My profession is I'm a principal broker owner of a mortgage brokerage. I've been in the industry for over 24 years, and I've got three kids. They're all mini adults now. My daughter's 24 and my sons are 19. I've got twin boys, so that was an adventure and still is. But yes, Mike was right. I've been with Nikken, listening to him and his siblings and watching them and his father, and I see how the products made them and how made them feel. And a few years ago, Mike had asked me to come to one of the events that were downtown. So I have tendonitis in my arm. And in one of these events, my arm was really hurting. It started to feel cold, and his brother's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "My wrist is really killing me. The tendonitis is bothering me." So he said, "Here, try my ankle bracelet and see if it helps." No word of a lie, within the hour, my arm felt normal. I didn't feel pain. And I'm like, "You're not getting this back. This is mine. You're not getting this back." And I've had it on ever since. I started taking the citrus product as well. So I take it first thing in the morning, and I have my drink with the vitamins, and I have energy all day. And I'm an early riser. So by 11 o'clock, I'm going from 6:30 to 11 o'clock. And my daughter started taking the pink collagen. I think she's over 135 days. She's got it all down packed. And she had dental surgery. Her healing process was quicker than what the orthodontist even expected. So she's got thicker hair. Her gums are doing great. She's supposed to get a tooth in December. She's getting it in September, which is earlier. And yeah, so far it's been great. I have no complaints.
Well, thank you, Marissa. Thanks for joining the Nikken family, and for, I think we're going to be launching you in a big way in the next few weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. Awesome. Is Pam on? Do I see? There she is, Pam. We also have Pam Barnes. Pam, tell us a little bit about your background and your Nikken story, please.
Okay, well, my background is I've been in Nikken for 25 years, and it's been miraculous. It totally changed my life. I'm a dental hygienist. That was all I wanted to do is when I was a child, was become a dental hygienist. But in doing that, the ergonomic problems of being a dental hygienist really plagued my body. And I was in search of a healthy body. I was in agony. I didn't sleep well. My hand would just it kept me up all night. I just put it on the side of the bed, shake it out to try to get it moving and going again. And then about the time I'd get comfortable, it was time to get up to go back to work again. But the products, I say Nikken found me. I even had patients tell me that I needed to go looking for Nikken. And sure enough, I did. And it was not only my hand and my wrist that was an issue, but my feet were killing me. I felt like I was walking on gravel all the time, and had those injections you don't want to get, and had a temporary relief. And then it was too bad, so sad. Here, let me do some more. And so I was really falling apart. So when I heard about Nikken at a dental hygiene meeting, and the 5 pillars were put up there, I knew that if my body was better, everything else would come into alignment because I was basically spending all my income on trying to make myself feel better. I put on a pair of the mag strides and thought, why not? I'm going to put those in. I took one of the Kinkotherm wrist wraps and I folded it, put it on my arm, and I'll be working tomorrow, and this is exactly what I wear every time I go into work, and a power chip. And put that power chip right in between the layers next to my arm, and I'm telling you, my life became I was blossomed. I went back 10 years out of my life when I started with Nikken. And now I feel like I've taken 10 years out of my life. Those were the first products I started with. And we have a wellness home, got a wellness home immediately because I responded so well. My friends noticed, they got things. I always said my friends put me into the business. I wish I had Michael around back then. I would have done it a little bit differently, or Dave too. But they were the ones that started me and said, I want some. Now they're saying, I want some of that collagen. And I every morning when I look in the mirror and I go to put on my makeup and it's smooth now. It's not wrinkly. I don't have a turkey neck. I don't have 11s between my eyebrows anymore. And I don't even use concealer. And I was using a fair amount of concealer. So, I just trust Nikken. Every product that comes out, Ron and I look at each other and say, okay, here we go. And there's so much. We are so blessed to have Nikken all over our house. So that is my story, and it hasn't changed in the 25 years.
Awesome. Thank you, Pam. Wow, I'll tell you, I don't use concealer either anymore because I just can't imagine how. Actually, I have been a fan of the Nikken skincare line for, oh God, it's got to be 20 years now. With the addition of the collagen, well, I was surprised when I went to my hairdresser last week and he said it, I didn't ask, your hair's thicker. I'm like, what? And he says it's gotten thicker over the last few months. And that's exactly as long as I've been using the collagen. So, wow, amazing stuff. Yes. And what is it, to have all of these products working together in concert with each other, that's what creates the idea of wellness home or wellness experience. It's not just one thing. It's the various things as they come together to provide that environment and that opportunity for our body to really take care of itself. You saw this image quite a bit, the waterfall. What an amazing product. In fact, this month we have a special. If you want to take advantage, definitely take advantage of it this month. There's a 30% off on the waterfall and tremendous savings. I think it's a great way to get someone started on their journey. Hydration is such an important part of helping the body deal with whatever's in there, the toxins and so forth, what backs us up. And usually a detox is what most people need first things first. And hydration is critical to that. So I love recommending this product to people as a way to get involved in this wellness journey, with the PyMag Waterfall, as I said, being one of the top sellers. There are other products that we have. You see in this image on the right, that's a grounding mat. That is literally the same thing as the image on the left. Those 2 feet are actually in contact with the earth. And that is a necessary component of what, once we started wearing rubber soles, that was the end of that. And it mattered. It made a difference. So here we have different ways to introduce people and ourselves to this wellness experience. Nikken has come up with some savings packs, some bundles, for instance, the water pack, which includes shower unit, a portable unit, a water unit that you can take with you instead of buying bottled water. No more plastic water in our lives. Gone are the plastic waters. And the super high costs of actually bottled water and carrying that stuff around. So the water pack is an excellent choice. The energy pack, this is an assortment of the products you just heard. Some mentioned that, and I'm sitting on one of them, that allows people to get benefits from the magnetics, the infrared, the negative ion technologies, basically the earth energy is all in one shot. And then we've got our sleep pack, which In my opinion, if I was to make a case, I would make a case for sleep as the premier product because it is that time that our body is regenerating, and it is only that time that our body is regenerating. And if you're not regenerating, you are degenerating. And we know North America ranks #1 in degenerative disease because we're not regenerating. And very popular item for me. I sell more sleep systems than anything else. I don't know why. I guess it's because I love it. So if you come over my house, doesn't matter, pick a room, any room, you'll be sleeping on a Nikken sleep system. And of course, there are other products in our product range. One of them that was just mentioned tonight, which was recently released, the Pink Collagen Complex. If you're going to go for this, go for the 90-day experience. Buy two, get the third month free. Come on, you can't beat that. And not only that, but in terms of quality, you'll see that the pink collagen is the highest of quality in the marketplace and the lowest of cost in comparison. A brilliant way to introduce a product is to make it so affordable that a person can't say no. And the 3 months is usually it's usually within the first few months that a person notices these dramatic changes. I have stories of people noticing changes within weeks, but quite frankly, when the first 90 days, you can't deny it. So, how do you connect with nature? Would you like to? Well, you can. You can as a customer. There's no obligation as to what you buy, but simply turn to the person who invited you, ask them, send me your shopping cart link. I'd like to go shopping. Maybe they can make some recommendations, and you can do that right away. They can send you that Yes, My Wellness Home link, and there's 10% savings via that link. For purchases under up to $350 and above, you can have also free shipping. So great way to shop, great way to get your Nikken experience started. But there's more. Maybe you want more. Maybe those 5 pillars wasn't just the body. You're looking for a solution financially. And so I would suggest as a customer, you can upgrade your account. It's just under $50 or thereabouts. They even throw in a power band necklace. And you can be a consultant and start your Nikken journey of sharing Nikken products. You'll get your own website and you can start sharing. We're going to talk a little bit more about this as well. And then there's the category we call partner, which is really somebody who wants to build a business and generate a substantial income to support your family and your lifestyle. So let's turn our attention, if we can, to the business. One of the key factors in our business is the word collaboration. Collaborative entrepreneurship. Imagine a business that you can start for yourself, but not by yourself, surrounded and supported by people who have been there, done that, and have succeeded, and will teach you every step of the way as long as you let them, for no cost at all. Like I said earlier, we got a couple of heavyweights on the call, so stick around. So why is finances such a problem? Why can a person spend the majority of their waking hours for many of maybe the most productive years of their life and come out behind? How is it that that's the case? And I think it's simple. It's the concept of money itself. This is borrowed from Cash Flow Quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki, best-selling author, multi-millionaire. And he shares with us this simple idea. We earn money 4 ways. As an employee, you're trading time for money. You work for someone, you have a job. If you're self-employed, you work for yourself, but at the end of the day, you have a job. And what you're doing is trading time for money. Essentially, how you generate an income is in proportion to the time you invest. Now, what we've talked about earlier was the idea of having time and money. You can't have both if you're trading one for the other. So we need a different way of earning money. And that's on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, what we have are people who have created businesses using systems where they can leverage the system, they can leverage the efforts of others to create an asset that produces income, a business. And then if you've got sufficient cash flow, you can start investing that cash flow and start multiplying your money. So the people on the right-hand side have actually figured out how to create wealth by adding more value, not by trading more time. So what if there was a way to get you from the left-hand side to the right-hand side? You'd need to know how to do that, and that's by creating many sources of income, not just one. Nikken is a vehicle to get you from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Now, statistically speaking, why would you want to be on the right-hand side besides what we just said? Look at the small print in the middle here. On the left-hand side is 95% of the population. So most of everybody you know falls into the left-hand side. Yet they only earn 5% of the money earned. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, it's 5% of the population, only 5% of the people you know, and they make 95% of the money. If you had life to do over again, if you had your education to do over again, which education would you want? The one on the left or the one on the right? Because as a university graduate from aerospace engineering, I can assure you the only education I got was the one to get a job, top left hand. So I spent over $100,000 to get an education to start at the bottom of the ladder and start climbing my way up in that very competitive environment, trading time for money, never having the luxury of both. Wow. If I had life to do it over again, I would have learned about network marketing 20 years sooner. I would have been too young to do it, but definitely would have wanted to do it. So why is it so important that we learn this new methodology? Because technology has made it possible for companies to exist that didn't exist a short time ago, but are now dominating in the marketplace. Amazon, for instance, has become the #1 retailer. They're even bigger than many times bigger than Walmart. And yet Amazon, where do you go to shop at Amazon? I usually do it when I'm sitting on the toilet. So you can be anywhere and shop on Amazon because it's a simple app on your phone, and they built an infrastructure to support the distribution of products. Uber, here's a company that is the biggest taxi company in the world, and they don't own a taxi. Again, how is this possible? Answer, they simply put an app together that allowed a would-be entrepreneur to turn their car into a place of business where they can generate cash by going out and driving. Now, the problem with both of those scenarios is you got to man the house, you got to man the station. You stop driving, you don't get paid. But Nikken has one-upped them because not only did Nikken provide a platform and the means to distribute products on our behalf wherever our customers are, they gave us the means to replicate ourselves by making it possible to share this platform for others to take advantage, and we therefore can earn an income from the efforts of others many generations, which creates a growing business that grows independent of time. Now you have the best of both worlds. The system is simple. A 2-year-old could follow this one. Join Nikken, share and promote these wonderful products and opportunity, invite people to enjoy the best parts of Nikken that suits them, whether it's the product, the business, or both. Nikken does the heavy lifting. They do the drop shipping to the consumer. They do the charging of the credit cards. They do the research and development, the warehousing, all those things operating in 20 countries around the globe. So the heavy lifting done by Nikken, that's what most entrepreneurs are in the middle of doing, is the heavy lifting. That's why it's so hard to get a business off the ground these days. But if that's already been done for you, then what is it that we do? We just share and promote. And then Nikken does the rewarding. From the business that we generate, they reward us with many different types of opportunities. We can do this business virtually anywhere because it is a virtual business. Our complete e-commerce suite is something that you get with your registration in Nikken. And that means I can just send somebody a web link to my shopping cart and they can go shopping. And they can also enroll as a consultant if that's something they want to do. I can go into my back office and check out what's going on in my business, see what products have been ordered, et cetera, et cetera. All done for me. Didn't have to do any of this. It was built for us. As I mentioned, there are many ways that we earn an income in Nikken. There's retail, from when people shop on our shopping cart, bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, incentive trips that we can win if you're someone who's motivated to do that. We have leadership bonuses, overrides, personal rebates. These are all ways that we generate revenue in Nikken. Whether you're somebody who's just sharing the products just for a season or somebody who just wants to make an extra few $100s a month, to someone who's really looking at a career opportunity. I mean, I was able to buy this house that I'm in with Nikken's lifestyle bonus. And that was just the lifestyle bonus. That is not even as big as the leadership bonus. So it's amazing what is available. And if you're saying to yourself, I've never been an entrepreneur, how do I know how to do this? And I was that person, by the way. We have a system. We have a methodology. We have a way of teaching people how to become proficient. And we do this with Zoom meetings like this one. We have one on Monday nights. We have several Zoom meetings that you can participate in during the course of the week or the month. We have recordings, etc. We have online processes. It's a self-leadership or self-development plan as well. So if you're looking to become an entrepreneur, if you're looking to become proficient, the support is there. And it's not only just there, it's there with people who have done it. Every step of the way, you'll be guided by people who are where you want to be next, right up to the very top of the Nikken compensation plan we call Royal Diamond. And as I mentioned, we've got a couple on the line tonight. We're going to hear from in a couple of minutes. So let me just give you a visual. When I started, I had no idea the impact that this would have, but it kind of works like this. Up the top left-hand corner here, you got this circle. In the middle is you who is embarking on your Nikken wellness home experience, your Nikken wellness journey. And as you start sharing this with people, there are some of those people who go shopping on your shopping cart, become customers, fans of Nikken products. And believe me, when they're a fan, they start calling you. They start asking for more. And we have ways that they can actually participate in an auto ship, receive discounts for loyalty and whatnot. Some of those people are going to see the opportunity, as Marissa did, and decided, you know what? I want some of that. I want some of that time and money freedom that they're talking about, because where I'm at right now doesn't provide for that. I want to start building a business that can lead me down that door. You know, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to work for the next 3 to 5 years, no matter what you're doing. What if you could work 3 to 5 years and build a business that will sustain you the rest of your life? That's what I'm talking about. And here's what it looks like. Some of the people you share this with are not going to keep it a secret. They're going to start sharing. And then their people are going to start sharing. And then their people are going to start sharing. And then their people are going to start sharing. And you can't stop it. I couldn't stop this business if I tried, because I'm not in control of what everybody in my organization is doing on a daily basis. Imagine that. Having the benefit of a corporation with hundreds and thousands of people, self-employed, but you don't have the burden and the responsibility of employing them. You can create multiple sources of income, influence, and have a huge impact through geographically. I have business that spreads into multiple countries, many countries. And so, but I haven't even been to all the countries where I have business. How's that? Because there are people who know people who know people, and that's how it spreads. And so this is the nature of how our business works. What determines whether this is going to work is whether or not, A, you're engaged, you ask for the help and the support that you need, but more importantly, if what we're offering people is relevant. Does it even matter what we're talking about? And if you think that this conversation we're having tonight matters, that people do want better health, they do want a better way to sustain themselves and their family, they do want healthier finances, if you think people are looking for a better way, then this is relevant. If you think our products are products that make sense because they are common sense products, connecting people back with nature, if you think that's relevant, then this is relevant for the marketplace. And I can assure you, it's not only relevant, it seems to be becoming more relevant by the day. When I started in this business, we didn't have quite as much of a disaster going on outside in our environment. Today, it's big time. Our products are more meaningful and more relevant today. Our opportunity, again, more meaningful, more relevant today. So what does it mean to become a part of the global wellness community as an entrepreneur? Again, we've got some on the line here. I'd like to ask and invite. Let's start with Mr. Bo Tanis. He was the first person, actually, he was the second person I had a chance to share Nikken with. And he said yes. So Bo has been in Nikken as long as I have been less a day. So that's 33 and a half years less a day. So Bo, tell us your Nikken story. Why Nikken?
Michael, thank you for the opportunity to share my story. And also, more importantly, thank you for introducing Nikken to me and to Canada. I was an entrepreneur, and before that, I was a musician touring around Canada with a successful band. But when I started raising a family, I didn't want to travel anymore. And so I became an entrepreneur. I had very successful video stores. And then I had an extremely unsuccessful restaurant. So normal business can be very expensive. And I saw the ups and downs of traditional business. And when I was introduced to Nikken, I I was intrigued. I was skeptical, but the technologies, the natural earth energy, the water, the air, the nutrition, it fascinated me. I started using the products, and I got my mother, family, friends using the products as well, and had some surprisingly great experiences. So it didn't take long for me to see there was an opportunity here, something most people would love to have, and nobody's heard of these products or the company. And that's still the case today because the population grows much faster than we can ever penetrate it in our business. So it's like day one in Nikken. So starting part time, within 6 months, I was going full time. And within a year or two, I think, it's been a long time, making a very good income. And it became a great income. And it happened because I also helped a lot of other people produce very significant income in their life and have greater time and money freedom. So it's next to my family, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Nikken.
And thank you both for saying yes. You know, I know we were both people in need at the time, but we didn't have to say yes, and we did. And it was a fantastic, fantastic story. Thank you. And we have formerly from Canada, now in California, Dave Rolfe.
Hey, Michael. Well,
Tell us your story, Dave.
I'll be happy to. I was going to just say ditto to what Bo said because it was similar. But when I got into Nikken, I came in kicking and screaming and saying, not for me. I had my first experience in network marketing was a number of years earlier. And I was asked this question, and the question was, well, Dave, how would you like to own a Coca-Cola machine on every seat and every corner, and every time somebody bought a Coke, you'll make a nickel? Well, after that meeting, all I could see was piles of nickels. And I spent probably the next 15 years trying to figure out what that meant. And I tried to figure out, how do I apply this? Where do I go? What do I do? What's the key? And when Nikken came along, and it was actually the 13th company that I was presented to join and participate in, I said no without even looking. And fortunately, the gentleman that introduced me was persistent, followed up, found out what was important, what I needed, what I wanted, and then I didn't have any other choices. I jumped in with both feet. But what's really important, what I like about Nikken as an entrepreneur and a business person, is it has all the right bells and whistles. And what I mean by that is, number one, it has a product that creates an emotional impact. Now, in true, the concept of our business is word of mouth. So, you pull the thorn out of the lion's paw, the lion's going to tell mama lion, and the mama lion's going to tell all her girlfriends. And this is how business works. It's word of mouth. If there is no emotional impact to that, it doesn't fly. It doesn't communicate. People don't talk about it. Listen to what Pam said about her skin, or what Michael said about, all of these things. You watch this every day. I was taught early on, if you want to be successful, jump in between the manufacturer and the public with a hot product that everybody needs and everybody wants. And that's what Nikken has. So it's the perfect storm. And so what I did was I took that information along with having a great teacher and who taught me the ropes. And then I just applied what I learned along the way and was persistent and stuck with it. And this fall, I don't think, I know it's my 35th anniversary, and start my 36th year in October of 2024. It's provided my life, my family, the kids to college, the marriages, the grandkids, everything. As this is what I've done for the last 36 years, which is typically what a career is for most people. And here's the neat thing. It's still paying off what I did the day one. So, where else can you go? And I know people in all kinds of careers. I know all kinds of businesses, and this offers such a freedom because it's, as you said, a collaborative effort of other people working together, and it creates a team and so on and so forth. And to just finish it off and pass it back to you, what I'm really excited about is where we're going next because I think with the fact that you and I are joining forces, so to speak, in a collaborative way to help build the business to greater heights, we got some fantastic things around the corner, and it's going to be a rocket ride. So, we haven't even seen what this thing can do, and we're about to get it going. So, anyway, it's been a great ride. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Dave. Leo, you have your hand up. Is there?
Just a comment.
Yeah.
I'd just like to thank Mike for this Zoom call this afternoon because I signed my first American and my group. I don't have a chance to speak English now. She's from Oregon, and she got to come to a convention she's so excited. Thank you, Mike, for that. You see, I met her this afternoon because she's on holiday in Quebec. And when Marie-Christine talked with her, I take my phone. I said, Mike, are you okay for a Zoom call? He said, yes. Later, fine. Click. Finish. She signed in. She's going for this month to be 2,000 points because I talked her about travel club. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Congratulations, Leo. That's fantastic. Again, just a simple demonstration of how does this business work. Somebody Leo called, said, hey, have you got some time to talk to somebody? We talked with somebody. I think that call was maybe 30 minutes. And this is a person from the US, decided that she was going to join the Nikken family. And now we have a new member of the team. So imagine that for 33 and a half years. Where else is this going to go? We got a lot of people we still need to share this with. So let me wrap up here. We are running a little bit long tonight, but I think all things being equal, good call. So yeah, being at the right place at the right time is everything if you know that you're at the right place at the right time. And I'm hoping that you're seeing that the writing is on the wall. What Nikken has to offer, every home a wellness home, man, that should be the way it is. So be part of history in the making. Help us build the Nikken brand and make Nikken a household name. So how do you get involved? As we mentioned, customer. As a wellness enthusiast, I'm sure Nikken products will do you well. However, if you're more than an enthusiast and you want to maybe promote the concept of wellness, or maybe you're already promoting the concept of wellness, become a consultant. Join us. Like I said, it's like $50. I think that's Canadian. And you can start building a team like Leo is doing here. And if you really like what you heard, you saw the lifestyle possibilities that Dave and Bo shared with you, and myself included, this could be quite an opportunity for somebody who loves community and help us build this community to create for yourself a huge possibility. Partner with us, join forces with us, and be part of the Nikken family. I look forward to seeing you on the Nikken Highway. I'm wondering who's next. Back to you, Jeff.
Mike, thank you so much. And thank you to your team. You definitely had a fantastic group of individuals sharing their concepts tonight. Thanks to Bo and to Dave, to Pam and to Marissa. This truly is a company where you can create more in your life. So we invite you to reach out to the person who spoke to you, who invited you to this Balanced Life, Happy Life, and find out what the next steps might be for you. Again, we do meet every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we have a chance to share and learn from each other. So please make a choice to join us then. Thanks, everybody, for being with us tonight. We'll see everyone again soon.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks so much.
You.